This movie was a decent start to the Thor series. I probably never was gonna rewatch these movies if Thor Love and Thunder didn't come out in theaters and I just happened to have money to go there. But yeah, I'm gonna rewatch all the Thor movies now since I didn't have a review for any of them but the newest one. And I don't think it's gonna, you know, look. It's gonna look weird if I only had the review for the fourth movie. Loki being the voice of reason and people actually believing him, but just being a tiny bit hesitant, was definitely odd. Because he was the voice of reason several times in this movie. And he seemed genuine. It's crazy. We get the destroyer. It gets destroyed as soon as Thor gets his hammer. I only see Thor's hammer in like 3 scenes in this movie. Which makes it getting destroyed in Ragnarok, not seem as good since Dark World is very forgettable and I doubt I'll remember much of it when I finish it again. I've probably watched that movie twice and the only thing I remember is that one scene where Thor kills that one thing in like the beginning of the movie. He says, "Who else wants some?" or something like that. See, I don't even really remember the line. But yeah, he gets one scene with the hammer, and that one scene is when he does something bad. So he gets banished, doesn't use the hammer for half the movie, gets it back, fights Loki for a bit, and destroys the bridge, and he fights the destroyer with it, and that's it. So the only other movie he really did, an actual Thor movie, would be Dark World, since I'm pretty sure it gets destroyed early on in Ragnarok. No, of course there is Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron and all that. But in the actual Thor movies, clearly he didn't get to use it too much. He might have used it a lot in Dark World, but that movie wasn't good. So Vanderroel was pretty cool. So it sucks that he got recasted. He probably didn't want to come back to the series just to get murdered. Like, who would? And then, Volstagg was mostly just jokes about how he's fat. He really didn't do that much in the movie. Vanderroel holding back Lady Sif, though, definitely would have caused a riot in Asgard. So he did some stuff that was somewhat important. And his actor really saved the role. Hogan really didn't do much in this movie. So his sacrifice in Ragnarok doesn't make the most sense to me. Like how he got the biggest death out of the 3, when Vanderroel was definitely the coolest one. Like, he only has one sort of cool scene, and it's just Thor saying, "Hey, didn't I help you be cool?" And he does that with everybody, so all the Warriors 3 and Lady Sif. And they also have Hawkeye in this movie very briefly, because they gotta set up Avengers, which comes out like a year after this movie. They did the same shit with Iron Man 2 where they threw in Black Widow, but she was at least important in it. Just, not the best movie, had its moments. Tom Hiddleston as Loki was definitely the best part of this. Chris Hemsworth is decent in this movie, but I didn't care for him that much. I definitely like him way more in The Avengers, which only came out a year later.